If you've been adding chia seeds every day and still feel inflamed, tired, or stuck, you're not alone. Many people do exactly what they're told. They sprinkle chia into smoothies, yogurt, or oats, expecting their joints to feel better and their energy to improve, only to feel confused when nothing really changes. That frustration is real, because when you're making an effort to eat healthier and your body doesn't respond the way you hoped, it can feel discouraging. What matters most to hear right now is that it doesn't mean chia seeds don't work. Chia seeds are genuinely powerful. They're rich in fiber, omega-3 fats, and plant compounds that support health. But they were never meant to work alone. Think for a moment. What if the real reason chia doesn't work has nothing to do with the seed itself, and everything to do with how your body processes it? Could it be that one missing ingredient is quietly blocking chia's anti-inflammatory benefits inside your body right now? And what if a simple change in how you combine foods could finally calm the inflammation you've been trying to fix for years? In this video, I'm going to explain why chia seeds alone often don't reduce inflammation. I'll show you what's actually happening inside your body that prevents chia from doing its job, and the one simple combination that changes how your body responds. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what to pair with chia, when to take it, and why small changes make such a big difference. Before we get into it, can you do us a quick favor? Like this video and subscribe to join our healthy community. Also, I type yes in the comments section now so we can see how many of you are interested in this type of video. Alright, let's get started. Inflammation is often talked about like it's only about pain, but that's just one small part of the story. In real life, inflammation shows up in much quieter ways. It can feel like waking up tired even after a full night's sleep, feeling stiff for no clear reason, dealing with constant bloating, or struggling with low energy and brain fog that makes it hard to focus. Some people notice it in their skin, others in their digestion or mood. These symptoms don't always seem connected, which is exactly why inflammation can go unnoticed for years. What's important to understand is that this doesn't mean your body's broken. Your body isn't failing you. It's responding to stress, lifestyle, food, sleep, and daily demands the best way it can. Inflammation is often a signal, not a flaw. It's the body's way of asking for better support, not harsher control. Research shows that low-grade chronic inflammation can exist even without injury or disease. This kind of inflammation is driven by repeated internal stress signals, such as unstable blood sugar, poor sleep, gut imbalance, nutrient deficiencies, and ongoing exposure to inflammatory foods or environmental toxins. When these signals persist, the immune system stays slightly activated all the time. That constant low-level activation drains energy, disrupts hormone balance, and interferes with how cells communicate with one another. This is why inflammation often feels like a heavy background weight rather than sharp pain. Many people blame themselves when they feel this way. They assume they're not disciplined enough or doing something wrong. In reality, most people are doing many things right but missing a few key supports that allow the body to calm down and recover. When inflammation is addressed gently and consistently, the body often responds better than people expect. So, why chia seeds? Quietly support inflammation. Chia seeds don't look impressive, and that's part of why they're so often underestimated. They're small, neutral in flavor, and easy to overlook. But inside that tiny seed is a combination of nutrients that quietly support the body in ways many people don't realize. Chia seeds are one of the richest plant sources of omega-3 fats, particularly ALA, which plays an important role in regulating inflammation. They're also packed with soluble fiber, antioxidants, minerals, and plant compounds that support metabolic and digestive health. One of chia's strongest benefits comes from its fiber content. When chia absorbs liquid, it forms a gel that slows digestion and helps stabilize blood sugar. This matters because blood sugar spikes are one of the most common triggers of inflammatory stress in the body. By slowing how quickly sugar enters the bloodstream, chia helps keep insulin levels steadier, which reduces one of the body's constant inflammatory signals. This alone can make a noticeable difference in energy levels and digestive comfort. Chia seeds also act as food for beneficial gut bacteria. A healthier gut environment supports a calmer immune response, since a large portion of inflammation originates in the digestive system. On top of that, Chia contains antioxidants such as chlorogenic acid and caffeic acid, which help neutralize oxidative stress. Oxidative stress and inflammation tend to reinforce each other, so reducing one helps calm the other. The reason chia is called a hidden superfood is not because it's weak, but because its benefits are subtle and foundational. It supports the systems that influence inflammation rather than acting like a quick fix. When used correctly and paired with the right supports, chia creates a stable internal environment where inflammation has less reason to stay active. How omega-3s support cellular healing. Omega-3 fats are often talked about in broad terms, but their real importance shows up at the cellular level. Every cell in your body is wrapped in a membrane made largely of fats. But the type of fats you consume influences how flexible, resilient, and responsive those cell membranes are. Omega-3s help make cell membranes more fluid, which improves how cells communicate, repair themselves, and respond to stress. The omega-3 found in chia seeds is called ALA. While it's not the final form the body uses to calm inflammation, it still plays an important role. ALA serves as a raw material that the body can convert into EPA and DHA, the forms that actively reduce inflammatory signals. When this conversion happens efficiently, cells produce fewer inflammatory messengers and more compounds that support healing and balance. Omega-3s also influence how the immune system behaves. They help shift the body away from producing aggressive inflammatory chemicals and toward producing molecules that resolve inflammation once it's no longer needed. This is important because inflammation itself isn't the enemy. It's meant to turn on when there's a problem and turn off when the job is done. Omega-3s help with that turn-off signal. At the tissue level, omega-3s support joint comfort, brain health, and cardiovascular function by reducing friction and oxidative stress inside cells. When cells are better nourished and less inflamed, they require less energy to maintain themselves, which often translates into better energy, clearer thinking, and improved resilience. Chia provides the building blocks for this process. When the body is supported in using them properly, cellular repair becomes more efficient and inflammation naturally begins to quiet down. The missing switch that activates chia. This is the part most people never hear about, and honestly, it explains everything. Chia seeds are rich in nutrients, but they need help to actually calm inflammation. That help comes from turmeric, an ancient spice that has been used for thousands of years across Asia and traditional medicine systems long before modern science started paying attention. What makes turmeric special is a compound inside it called curcumin. You don't need to remember the name. What matters is what it does. Curcumin helps quiet the signals in the body that drive inflammation. It doesn't just mask pain. It works deeper, helping the body settle down at a cellular level. Here's the problem, though. And this is where many people get stuck. Curcumin is powerful, but the body has a hard time absorbing it. If you take turmeric on its own, most of it passes through without doing much. This is why so many people say turmeric did nothing for them. It wasn't the turmeric. It was the missing key. That key is black pepper. Black pepper contains a natural compound that dramatically improves how much curcumin your body can actually use. When the two are combined, absorption increases significantly, allowing curcumin to stay in the body long enough to do its job. This pairing has been studied extensively. One well-known study published in Planta Medica showed that combining curcumin with black pepper increased its bioavailability by up to 2,000%. That's not a small improvement. That's the difference between something working and something barely registering. When you combine chia seeds with turmeric and black pepper, something finally clicks. Chia supports the gut and provides the raw materials, while turmeric calms inflammation and black pepper unlocks its potential. This is where people start noticing real changes. Less stiffness, less bloating, a quieter body overall. Research also shows that curcumin helps reduce activity in a key pathway that switches on inflammatory genes, while omega-3 fats from chia help shift the body toward producing fewer inflammatory messengers. When these mechanisms work together, Inflammation is addressed at both the signaling and structural levels, not just symptom relief. Chia seeds don't fail you. They just need the right partners. Turmeric brings the calming power, black pepper unlocks it, and together, they turn chia from a healthy habit into something your body can actually respond to. But why healthy fat changes everything? This is the step most people skip, and it's one of the biggest reasons chia and turmeric don't work as well as they should. Healthy fat isn't optional here, it's essential. Many of the compounds that help fight inflammation, including the omega-3s in chia seeds and the curcumin in turmeric, are fat-soluble. That simply means your body needs fat to absorb and use them properly. Without it, you're taking in nutrients that never fully reach the places they're meant to help. When you eat a small amount of healthy fat, your body releases bile and digestive enzymes that help break down and transport these compounds into the bloodstream. This process allows them to move from your gut into your cells, where they can actually reduce inflammation. Without fat, absorption stays low, and the benefits stay limited. This isn't theory. Research published in Molecular Nutrition and Food Research found that curcumin absorption increased dramatically when consumed with dietary fat, while curcumin taken alone resulted in very low or undetectable levels in the blood. The same principle applies to omega-3s. Fat helps them integrate into cell membranes, where they help calm inflammatory signals. The good news is you don't need anything complicated. Extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil works beautifully. These are everyday foods that most people already have in their kitchen. Olive oil also contains its own anti-inflammatory compounds, while coconut oil supports digestion and absorption. And you don't need much. A small amount is enough to support the process without adding unnecessary calories. This step often changes how people feel within weeks. Suddenly, the same foods they were already eating start working better. Energy feels steadier. Joints feel less tight. Digestion feels calmer. When people start using chia seeds together with turmeric, black pepper, and a small amount of healthy fat, the first thing they usually say is that their body feels calmer. Not in a dramatic way, but in a steady, noticeable one. People describe less stiffness when they get out of bed, lighter digestion after meals, and more even energy throughout the day. That deep heaviness that used to sit in the joints, or the gut, begins to ease. This happens because the body is finally getting support from more than one direction, instead of relying on a single ingredient to do all the work. What makes this combination feel different is how the pieces work together. Chia supports the gut and slows digestion just enough to create steady absorption. Turmeric helps quiet the internal signals that keep inflammation active. Black pepper makes sure turmeric doesn't go to waste. Healthy fat helps everything move where it needs to go. None of these ingredients is forcing the body to change. They're supporting systems that already exist, allowing the body to do what it's designed to do when it has the right tools. Here is the simple way to use it. Start with a glass, mug, or small jar you can stir in easily. Add 8 to 10 ounces of your chosen liquid first. Water works fine, but warm water or warm milk often feels better and mixes more smoothly. You can use dairy milk, almond milk, coconut milk, or oat milk, so choose what you already enjoy and what sits well in your stomach. Next, stir in 1 tablespoon of chia seeds and mix right away so they don't clump at the bottom. After that, add 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric powder and a small pinch of black pepper. Stir again until the color looks evenly blended. Now add 1 teaspoon of a healthy fat, such as extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil, and stir well. This step matters because it helps your body absorb the beneficial compounds more effectively. If you want a little sweetness, add a small amount of honey, keeping it light so you don't cancel out the anti-inflammatory goal. Let the mixture sit for 10 to 15 minutes so the chia seeds can absorb the liquid and form a gel. You stir once more halfway through if you can. Soaking improves digestibility and nutrient availability by allowing the soluble fiber in chia to swell and slow digestion. This steady digestion helps stabilize blood sugar and supports a calmer inflammatory response. If you prefer a thicker texture, prepare it at night, cover it, and let it rest in the refrigerator until morning like a simple chia pudding. Choose the timing that fits your life. Take it in the morning if you want steadier energy and lighter digestion during the day, or in the evening if you want something soothing that supports recovery while you sleep. Try to keep a consistent routine most days, but don't stress if your schedule changes. When this becomes a simple, repeatable habit, your body receives steady support, and that's when inflammation begins to ease in a noticeable, sustainable way. The common mistakes. Most people don't get this wrong because they're careless. They get it wrong because no one explained how these foods actually work together. If you've tried chia seeds before and didn't feel much difference, that doesn't mean they failed you. It just means you were missing a few simple pieces, and now you know better. One common issue is using chia without enough liquid or skipping the soaking step, which can lead to bloating or discomfort. Another is mixing chia into sweetened yogurts or flavored drinks that contain added sugar, which can quietly fuel inflammation instead of calming it. Some people also add too much too quickly, overwhelming digestion with more fiber than the body is ready for. These aren't mistakes to feel bad about. They're just signs that the body needs a gentler approach. The solution isn't to start over perfectly. It's to make small adjustments. Soak the chia. Keep flavors simple. Add healthy fat. Pay attention to how your body responds and adjust slowly. Progress comes from listening, not pushing. If something didn't work before, that information is useful, not discouraging. Small, thoughtful changes often make the biggest difference, especially when your goal is long-term calm and balance. Now, who should be extra careful? This approach is gentle and food-based, but it's still important to recognize that every body is different. Being careful doesn't mean something is dangerous. It simply means paying attention and working with your body instead of assuming one approach fits everyone. If you're taking blood-thinning medications or have been advised to monitor clotting, it's wise to talk with your healthcare provider before using chia regularly with turmeric. Both omega-3 fats and turmeric can mildly affect blood flow, and your provider can help you decide what's appropriate for your situation. People with gallbladder issues or bile duct problems should also check in with a professional, since turmeric can stimulate bile production. Those with a history of kidney stones may want guidance as well, because chia seeds contain natural compounds that may not be suitable in large amounts for everyone. Pregnant or breastfeeding individuals should be especially mindful with turmeric beyond normal cooking amounts, and should always get personalized advice. None of this is meant to discourage you. It's about partnership. Nutrition works best when it supports, not replaces, proper medical care, and doctors and healthcare providers are there to help you adapt ideas like this safely to your needs. When food choices and medical guidance work together, results are usually better and more sustainable. Being cautious is a form of self-respect, not fear. When you stay informed and work alongside your healthcare provider, you give your body the safest and most supportive path toward calming inflammation. Let's wrap this up. Chia seeds are one of the most powerful and affordable health foods out there, but only when you use them the right way. On their own, they're a great start, but they're not the full solution. When you understand how to pair chia with the right ingredients and support the body systems that help it work, that's when real change begins. Small adjustments in how you combine, prepare, and use chia can make the difference between doing something healthy and actually feeling less inflamed, more energized, and more balanced. Now you know why chia seeds didn't work the way you expected before. And more importantly, how to unlock their full potential. With the right combinations, chia can support your gut, your joints, your energy, and your overall sense of well-being without expensive supplements or complicated routines. This isn't about perfection. It's about eating smarter and giving your body the support it's been asking for. If you found this helpful, go ahead and like this video and subscribe so you don't miss more simple science-backed ways to improve your health naturally. Have you tried chia seeds before, or are you planning to use them differently now? I share your experience or questions in the comments. We love hearing from you and learning together. Thanks so much for being here and taking the time to care for your health. And if you'd like to keep learning, we've picked out 2 more videos just for you. Click on one of them, and we'll see you there.